Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duck Bricks. I'm Chris and welcome to LEGO Mini Reviews, the show where I review a ton of different LEGO vintage and new sets right here on the Duck Bricks YouTube channel in a short form format. So I have a ton of Bricklink orders to get through as well as just associated LEGO purchases, and I figured instead of making a mega video where I go through every single one that's hours long, why not break it up into separate mini reviews? And so in addition to our normal 3 videos a week schedule, be sure to stay tuned for a mini review dropping every single day where we do not normally have a standard video releasing. I hope you enjoy, and let's jump right into our first pick. Here we have set number 42055. This is the bucket wheel excavator. It was the flagship Technic set for 2015, and this is a really unique design and is also fully motorized. And this basically has one major play feature. You take these little bits and pieces of LEGO bricks and bobs and whatnot, you dump them through the top here, and it essentially uses a conveyor belt system to get the pieces up this passageway here, down this chute here, into this unloading area here, and then empties it back into the truck. You can also drive it around and move it around, so let's just now demonstrate the main electronic features. So first off, there's an on and off switch here. I'm going to start by turning that on, and there's a few different things you can do. The moment I switch this way, you'll notice that the bucket wheel and conveyor belt will actually start spinning. We're just going to start off with a small handful of these pieces just so we can really track the movement here. The way it's supposed to work is that you essentially have to pretend that you're scooping these up out of the side of a wall or something. Let's say, for example, you've got a piece in there, and a piece in there. So, scoops it in. They all go down, and as you can see, they're moving along this conveyor belt here. Let's get this back in position. It now dumps them onto the second conveyor belt. And as you can see, they're slowly moving out right there. So that is essentially how it is supposed to work. It's a super simple system. It's really just taking LEGO pieces from here, moving them down the conveyor belt here, and putting them into the outshoot here. But there's a few more things you can do with it. So let's now try to move this a different way. First of all, moving this lever here allows you to actually change the position of the vehicle. So once we are going this way, you'll notice that the vehicle has actually started moving. It moves very, very slowly, but as you can see, it is moving, and this is at full power. It's just really, really slow with the tread movements there. It almost barely even moves at all. So this is just a really slow movement, but it does make sense for something this large to move so slowly. Now, what's cool is that you can actually also change the rotation as it's moving. So if you actually want to do that, let's kind of change this around here. And now you can see that the entire thing is, while it's actually scooping up the drill, it's also rotating. So as you can see here, the entire platform is rotating all at once. It's a really cool play feature. And again, everything moves very slowly. So it is rotating ever so slowly around, but you can still see the rotation going all the way alongside here, which I think is pretty cool. Let's rotate it the back way here, just flipping this control the other way. And then it will start to slowly rotate back. While it's doing that, there's a couple other things you can do here, such as moving a ladder down for figures to presumably get in and out. What's also cool is that this is kind of minifigure scale-ish. It's not like most Technic sets, which are way too large to be minifig scale. This is definitely micro scale, but if you wanted to, you can fit a minifigure in there. If you look inside the cockpit there is a tiny little seat, so I guess this is more of like a microfig scale set, but if you really wanted to, a minifigure could easily fit in just fine. Now with that, we can look around. There's a few other things you can do here once we get this thing all rotated around. Here we go. And you can actually adjust the position of the actual bucket wheel itself. Sadly, this part is not motorized. You do just have to twist this section right here, but as you can see here, you can really start to lower this down by just kind of scooping it down here, really get that all the way down to the almost ground-like aspect, so it's like you're digging up from the ground. So that is a pretty cool thing to do here, just allowing you to dig down like this, so it really can bring it as low down to actually touching the ground. So this is actually hitting my finger here, so if I really wanted to, if you're on the right surface, you could actually get a pile of bricks and really have it scoop stuff up. Now, of course, it goes all the way up as well. Again, it takes a lot of turns to actually actuate this because they don't want you to be moving it super, super fast. You can really just kind of move it really slowly just to make sure all the machinery is working. But yeah, as you can see here, you can raise the entire bucket wheel up all while it's moving. This is about as high as you can get to really get it up to the main elevation. Beyond that, it also does have this little truck, which is really just in the set to transport the pieces here and there. It's a very, very simple build. It's really just almost like a small scale Technic set build. Oh, there you go. It's actually scooping out of here. So let's actually see if we can manage to get it to scoop out of the truck. This might be a little messy, but let me see if we can get this lined up here. I'm going to stop the scooping for now. We're going to back the truck into position. Can we raise this up? Can't really raise it up too much. So maybe if we were somewhere here, let's just see if this is successful. I don't know if this will work whatsoever, but let's see that here. And I guess if you really wanted to play around with it, all right, we're getting some, sort of. We're getting a little bit here. It's a little messy, but that is how it is supposed to work. And now we're just making a mess, but we managed to actually scoop some up. So there they go, down the chute. And now going out to here, and lastly, there is something you can rotate here. So if you wanted to, you can rotate where these fall out, like so. They're just all falling out everywhere, all over the place, but this can be fully rotated back and forth, like you can see right here. And you can also lock it. So let's say you want to lock it in like this position. You can toggle this right here, and that basically locks it. You can't really move it around too much beyond that. So just a lot of really fun functionality. It does get very messy with all these bits and pieces scattered around the table, but it is a really fun set and probably one of my favorite flagship Technic sets ever, honestly, just because of how unique it is. I've had this on my wish list for a long time. I've been wanting this for a while, but I only very recently started collecting all of the Technic flagship sets, and so I'm really happy to have this in my collection. Alright, and with that, we have summed up this mini LEGO review. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and do let me know down in the comments below what do you think of this set. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? And if you own it, what have been your experiences with building and playing with the set itself? Also, let me know in the comments if you like this format of mini reviews. I'm trying to put them out on a fairly regular basis, so thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon.